This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, this is Rob Weedoff. I play John Marston in Red Dead Redemption, and you are listening to the Nerd Corporation podcast.
Welcome to the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? It's Thursday, and you know what that means.
Nudie Magazine Day.
I think that's every day.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
No, only when the parents aren't home.
They still make those?
Right? I'm pretty sure you can find everything you want online.
Nudie E-Magazine Day?
Isn't it?
Nudie E-Zine Day.
Yeah.
Isn't it Playboy that doesn't even do that anymore? They just do straight articles?
Yeah, Playboy doesn't do nudes anymore.
So now when you tell people you only read Playboy for the articles, it's actually true.
That's
Like,
literally
it's a
all you
real
can do.
thing. But no, it's not. It's podcast day.
Oh, that's why you're all in my house.
Yeah. You always forget.
This is your house?
Well,
Technically.
I think so.
I thought this was my house.
I stay here a lot. My stuff's here.
I was wondering whose stuff this all was.
It's like, who lives here? Welcome to episode 53. Now and forever, I am Spawn.
You want to touch my cherries?
Let's see if I can pop them.
God damn it.
Hey.
We're going to be talking about Spawn today.
Pretend that didn't happen.
Well, it can't. It's already recording. We're uncut now, so...
We're uncircumcised?
Yep.
All right.
We are
You know, I'm uncircumcised. That because I'm a gangster. You know,
better for work.
because I come from the hood. You know.
You
So,
come from the hood, therefore your penis has to have a hood.
yeah, that's right.
Ugh.
To come from.
Okay, we fucking get it with the fucking cum joke. God damn it. Jesus.
No one said anything about coming.
Yeah.
Well, he used the word "come," but not in that way.
Oh,
Yeah. Cole's just a
Come
little
on,
sensitive.
Cole.
Yeah.
Cole's he's just got cum on the brain.
Several times a day.
Did you guys hear about that Texas law that would fine men $100 every time they masturbate?
Oh,
If you can fucking prove it.
Right? And if they could, man, there's no way I'd be able to afford $1,400 a week.
okay. See, so that reminds me. That reminds me of. So this is another thing you need to watch. By the way, everybody listening, I just had Eddie watch Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail for the first time today.
Yeah.
He's popped his Monty Python cherry,
Mhm.
but you definitely need to watch the Flying Circus because they have probably, in my opinion, one of the best bits ever. Where you know the phrase, like anytime somebody feels like they're being grilled, they'll invoke the name of the Spanish Inquisition,
Yeah.
right? So this sketch that they
I
did.
just want to say it. I want to say it.
This sketch features a couple talking, and one of them's like, all right, I don't need the Spanish Inquisition. And then, as soon as he says that, these three priests in old school gear and everything come in and goes, no one expects the Spanish Inquisition! And it's so fucking hilarious. And they just go off about different things, and it's amazing.
Well,
But,
I want to watch them because I want to do a Retromania on Monty Python.
yeah, and you definitely need to watch Life of Brian as well, which is one of my absolute favorites. But
Well, you'll hear about Monty Python movies. We're going to be also taking your suggestions. We have a post up asking what you guys would want to hear, things that we haven't covered. So get on that post and let us know. We've got Nate said Madden. Nate Christensen said Madden.
Who invited that guy?
Right? I'm still looking.
wait, have we banned him from the page?
I was still looking for the ban. And then we got a suggestion from Angela to talk about more anime things. So, maybe next week we will.
We should have a My Hero.
Well, that's
episode.
what I was going to
Oh,
say.
okay.
If you just let me finish.
Well, I thought you were dumb, so.
Kids.
You're tearing this family apart.
Play nice. Play nice.
Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
Tearing me apart, Lisa.
I did not hit her.
And I am the fool.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Dental plan.
Anyway, we're talking about Spawn.
Gotta be kidding me.
Did it fuck you up? I didn't even touch it!
Nobody got it?
Wait, what?
The reference?
Oh,
No.
I thought I fucked up your microphone.
No,
I
I'm
was
like-
like, Jesus!
It's from The Simpsons.
What? Wait, what? Say it again.
Dental plan.
Dental plan.
Oh, there he is. Now he's here.
I was here. I was here.
I don't like
Actually
this.
don't.
I said it, there was a brief moment of silence, and then, anyways.
I
Sorry.
actually don't remember that reference.
Tunnel vision. Dental plan.
Lisa needs braces.
Dental plan. Anyway, we're talking about Spawn for the third fucking time. We're gonna talk about his origins, and then just a few of his stories, things like that.
His accolades, his accomplishments.
Yes, all of those.
Contributions to
We
society.
should have had JP on this episode.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
He's the fucking guy that knows all this shit.
It's true.
I am not that guy.
Neither am I. Like, I read a couple of the compilation books, but it was forever ago.
Like, my knowledge base for Spawn is the movie.
Yeah.
That's where it starts and ends.
Well, I'm glad that we have this nifty little guideline to make us sound like we know what we're talking about. Spawn is a fictional superhero appearing in a monthly comic book of the same name published by American company Image Comics. Created by Todd McFarlane. I thought that was a comma.
Oh.
Spawn is a fictional superhero appearing in a monthly comic book of the same name published by American company Image Comics, created by Todd McFarlane. The character first appeared in Spawn #1, May 1992. Spawn was ranked 60th on Wizard Magazine's list of the top 200 comic book characters of all time, 50th on Empire Magazine's list of the 50 greatest comic book characters, and 36th on IGN's...
Holy monkey balls.
Yeah, that was loud.
And 36th on IGN's 2011 Top 100 Comic Book Hero.
I feel like Spawn is just one of those characters from comics that, like, if you see him, you go, oh, that's fucking Spawn.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, oh yeah, like, what's your favorite Spawn moment? The movie? Like, that's how I am, and I feel like that's how a lot of people are, but I feel like...
you can't not know who Spawn
Yeah,
is.
That
Yeah.
one
Like,
time
even
I
if
played
you
as
don't
him
read
in
anything.
fucking Soul Calibur 2.
Exactly.
That's my favorite Spawn moment. No, I read... I read like a few, like I said, I read a few of the compilation books, but like I read them when I was like 11. Like, but from what I remember, like I remember being like way into him, like enough so that I got like two or three more of the compilation books. But yeah, like most of my Spawn knowledge comes from the movie and like Todd McFarlane shit.
I haven't seen any of it. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't
What?
read any of the comics.
Oh, you need to watch the
I don't know
movie. The
anything
movie's
about
great.
Spawn. I don't know anything.
I don't know. The movie's probably
I-
out.
It probably doesn't hold up, but the movie's fucking great, dude.
I mean, I can put myself into that frame of mind where it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, because I enjoyed the end of Game
Oh,
of
yeah.
Thrones, so.
Well, like the
Well,
movie,
Spawn might hold up for you. then.
Yeah.
like movie Spawn is kind of like
Is it rated R?
maybe
It fucking should be.
I think so.
Movie Spawn is kind of like
To the Google.
like movie Doctor Strange but angry.
Yeah.
ZG, no.
Because like his cape just does all the shit.
Yeah.
See what
We're
I was
supposed to
doing
be
there?
getting a
Yeah, yes, I picked up what you put down.
Okay.
a reboot, aren't we?
Yep, with Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx as the titular character.
And
Ooh,
and Todd
it has terrible scores.
Is
oh,
it
does
really?
it?
One out of
97, the 97 version.
18% Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, people hated that movie like
I thought it was the coolest fucking...
I loved the fuck out of it.
This
Like,
is a lumbering, explanation-heavy, oddly unscary horror movie that features
It's not
what
a
looks
horror
to be
movie.
Yeah.
a computer-generated giant goat yak with yellowed carnivore
What?
teeth in the role of the devil.
Jesus Christ.
what the fuck, man?
What is a goat yak?
I don't know.
Dude, I've been watching... Like, there have been
I mean, the devil did look pretty stupid, but...
There have been so many... Like, I've been reading so many critical fucking things over things that don't need to be that criticized.
oh, yeah.
Like, what was it? I saw somebody review Friend Like Me, the Will Smith version.
Mm-hmm.
I went and listened to it, and it was not that bad. And it seems like Will Smith got some, like, vocal lessons. So he can, like, actually... Like,
Right.
he sings out, like, the long parts and stuff. But, like, this dude was calling it, like, an affront to, like...
oh, for God's sake.
Aladdin and the concept of Aladdin, and it was like a miscarriage of something. Like it was
Oh,
like,
wow.
yeah, dude, he was just
See, I mean, I get giving a critique and saying, oh, well, he wasn't hitting the correct notes. Like, that's a critique. This other shit is just you being a butthurt, whiny little bitch.
yeah.
I think you said Will Ferrell.
No, he didn't. He said Smith.
No, I think you
When?
said Will Ferrell.
Did I say Will Ferrell?
Just in case, I heard Will Ferrell.
Could the Nerd Corporation stenography please read back the last notes?
You said the Will Ferrell version, and I was like, "What in the fuck is he talking about?" And then he started talking about Aladdin. I was like, "Okay, so he's talking
We'll
about
have to listen back to
Yeah.
I would actually go see that movie.
I know, right? However, I would not go see Will Ferrell as fucking
Sherlock Holmes."
Oh yeah, that movie's garbage.
Certainly, like one of the worst rated movies. Of
That
all
movie
time.
was so trash.
You watched it?
I did. I saw it.
I did it.
I did it. I won't do it again. The movie was funny. It's just that the jokes are so hammed up and elongated. Like, like one joke is like 3 minutes long. Like they take they go through every iteration of the joke until they kill it.
Wow.
Until it just dies. Like the first few times, you know how they do it though, right? You know how they
Right.
always try. They always try to make sure they get enough time through a joke, but like the joke just dies and they just keep beating the
Weird,
shit
because
out.
I haven't noticed that like in any of his other movies. Like everything else that he's done is just like
Yeah, they in fact they go like pretty rapidly from
Yeah.
one joke to the next, and
Well,
they
I
just
mean,
hit
like-
you with great, like really funny joke after joke. You know.
Well, I mean, like let's say in Ricky Bobby when he had his arm,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like that joke took a little bit to get
True.
to the punchline, and then like the part where he was on fire, you know what I mean. Like that was a
Yeah.
minute or two, but like if you put
But
that
but that's really only a joke because of how long it went on.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And what they did was they tried to take like quick jokes, like jokes that only need like the one or two punchlines,
Yeah.
and turn it into jokes like those.
Jeez.
And it was just I was watching it with a buddy, and we were both just like this.
I mean, I might download it sometime and watch it just out of complete morbid
Do it.
curiosity.
No, do it. Do it. Like because I went in there and I was like, why is everybody shitting on this movie? I'm gonna fucking watch it. Fuck this. This is bullshit. And I went in there like,
Oh, that's why.
yeah, and I was just like, oh,
okay.
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 Side note: the original Spawn was rated R,
Okay.
Yeah.
as will this one be, and I
Right.
did not know that Jeremy Renner is going to be in it.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Well,
nice.
and
He's on IMDb as part of the cast.
Oh, fuck.
Dope.
Twitch Williams.
Well, and Todd McFarlane is said to be way more involved with this one than the first.
Yeah,
one.
he's like, I think he's directing it too.
He's directing and writing it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
so.
it better be
So
fucking good.
pretty much he went.
Oh,
We're not doing that again.
There's a handy little parent's guide.
Let me see.
Moderate.
Sex and nudity, moderate. Violence and gore, severe. Moderate profanity, moderate alcohol, drugs, and smoking.
Severe fighting. And
Frightening and intense scenes
frightening.
is severe. So, parents, if you're planning on taking your kids,
yeah, because this one.
jump on IMDb and judge for yourself.
This one is going to be way more in the vein of horror.
Yeah.
Which is cool. You
Yeah.
know, because especially like that's what Todd McFarlane does.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's one of the things that Images
And
like
and
best
Todd
in
McFarlane is the goat.
as far as
Todd McFarlane is the goat yak.
Yeah, he is the goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say to credit whoever wrote that review, that was one of the funniest reviews like I've ever read.
Yeah.
Just the words that he used. Like,
Yeah.
Hold on. I know.
Yeah, I just feel like if you're gonna be a reviewer, you should at least, feign objectivity.
Oh, speaking of Rotten Tomatoes, I read an article that said that they're trying to implement like having to see your movie ticket stub before you can leave a review.
Really?
No shit.
Huh.
So
That's
that
a great
it just
idea.
like extinguishes all the fucking review bombers.
Yeah.
So they gotta have I'm sure people will find ways around.
Well,
it.
and I was thinking
I'm
about
sure
it,
people would be willing
and
to
it
pay
doesn't
for it.
really hold up for like, let's say somebody buys the movie or goes out and rent it. Like, do they have to fucking upload their receipt?
Like just a
or
picture of
something?
them holding
Yeah.
the disc.
Hey, I saw it. Can I talk about it?
No, but there are people who are so salty over shit. I guarantee there are enough people that would buy a ticket just to leave a review.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just buy a ticket, leave.
People are that fucking vengeful and just.
I hope they do. I hope they do.
I hope they waste their
Give them all of the money.
Exactly. I'm sure it would lessen it, but anyway,
The series has spin-off.
has spun off. It
Yeah.
should be spun.
Spawn off.
Yeah. There you go.
The series has spun off several other comics, including Angela, Curse of the Spawn, Sam and Twitch, and the Japanese manga Shadows of Spawn. Spawn was adapted into a 1997 feature film and portrayed by Michael Michael Jai White, an HBO animated series lasting from 1997 until 1999. A series of action figure whose high level of detail made McFarlane Toys known in the toy industry, and a 2019 reboot film starring Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner alongside a sequel animated series. The character also appears in annual compilations, miniseries, specials written by guest authors and artists, and numerous crossover storylines in other comic books.
Yeah, like there's like a Spawn versus Batman.
Dude, we should try and find that fucking manga. That
Yeah,
sounds
that'd be
cool
rad.
as
This
shit.
is completely unrelated. The only way what I want to ask that's related to anything is that it's on HBO. Has anyone seen or heard anything about this Chernobyl?
I've heard about it.
They were pushing it really hard
It's
at the end
supposed
of
to be
every...
really fucking good.
Yeah,
from what I've heard.
I've heard about it, but I haven't
that
put any
whole-
much stock into it.
That whole thing like has just grabbed me by the balls at like learning about it and just fucking vice grip. You know, like
It's one of the worst events in
The old
humankind
dick
history.
twist.
The old dick twist.
yeah, no, I want to watch that because I've watched like documentaries and stuff on it, and it just
Yeah,
blows me away. You
yeah,
know,
it looks rad.
All right. Albert Francis Simmons was born in Detroit, Michigan. He is the second eldest of 3 children, Mark, Albert, and Richard, born to Bernard Simmons, a traveling salesman, and Esther Simmons, a devil worshiper.
these
You know.
names, they're just killing it with these names.
I know, huh?
Bernard,
Like, I
Albert.
I love how nonchalant that is, too. Oh, well, Dad's a traveling salesman and Mom worships the devil. No
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah.
As you do.
Like you do. Simmons is a highly intelligent and physically strong lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Marine Corps. He later joins the United States Secret Service and becomes a highly decorated member. Which member will let you decide?
And also what he's decorated with. Are we talking ornaments, like lights?
Yeah, tinsel, maybe?
Chain piercings.
I love
there you
gold.
I love gold!
Can I turn his yoo-hoo gold? It's kind of my
No, you crazy Dutch bastard!
Sorry, I don't speak freaky deaky Dutch.
This
That was like Christian Slater. Sorry,
No, Christian Slater is more of like a he's closer to a Jack Nicholson, so he's like a, how would I say? I'm sorry, I don't speak freaky deaky Dutch.
sorry, I don't speak.
Freaky deaky Dutch.
Moving on. This leads to his recruitment. This leads to his recruitment to the Central Intelligence Agency, Once in the CIA, Simmons joins the U.S. Security Group, an umbrella agency encompassing the CIA, NSA, and NSC, commanded by director Jason Wynn. Boo! And becomes a highly capable assassin.
Why do you say boo?
I think you were the only one that
Jason Wynn's a piece of shit.
gets that.
Yeah.
No, I got it too.
I might have to.
I won't say
Brush
anything
back
yet,
up,
though, because
but-
I'm sure it'll come up later in the thing. So.
After being murdered during a mission in Botswana, when director Wynn hires Simmons' friend and partner Bruce Simmons, codenamed Chapel, to kill him.
Well, that didn't wait long.
No, not at all. Just right off the bat. Simmons is sent to hell due to his life as an assassin, making a deal with the devil known as Malbolgia. Simmons agrees to become a hellspawn and serve Malbolgia if he's allowed to see his wife Wanda one last time. Malbolgia agrees and returns Simmons to the living realm, but stripped of nearly all of his memories, with a badly burned body and a demonic guardian named the Violator. Perfectly portrayed by John Leguizamo.
Absolutely.
I'm just having fucking troubles today,
Sorry,
boys.
Cole had to take a bump.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like canon or whatever, but like at least in the movie anyway, they pronounce it Malbolgia.
I don't know.
Male bulge.
But that's what I know. That's what I thought
Male
when I saw
bulge.
it. That's what I thought when I saw it too.
Dick
I was like,
jokes.
Dick jokes.
Male bulge.
Hit you over
Jokes.
the head with these.
But no,
dick.
John Leguizamo did so phenomenal.
He was so funny.
John Leguizamo, I think, is just a phenomenal actor. Like, he's the only person in the... Well, I mean, I guess everybody else did all right. But for me, like, him and Mercutio, whoever played Mercutio, were, like, the standout roles.
Oh, in Romeo and Juliet.
In Romeo and Juliet. Like, that was what made that movie for me.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Do
Yeah.
y'all remember watching that Claire Danes Romeo and Juliet?
Well, yeah, that's the one.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Okay.
Claire Danes.
I think,
and-
right?
Yeah.
We watched it
Leonardo DiCaprio.
in my high school English class, and our teacher was like, he was waiting because he was like, "There's a part coming up that you guys can't see," and we're just like, "Okay," and like,
Did he miss it? Tell
yeah,
me.
he left the room and forgot about it,
Fuck yeah.
and we got to see the
The Claire titties?
we got to see the Claire titties for like a split second, and then you have to see Romeo's ass for like
Oh, yeah.
half the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Leo got a nice
that's not a
ass.
fair
I mean,
trade-off.
You know how it is in Utah. Male nudity is totally okay. But
But, like,
the second
yeah.
we see a woman's nipple, oh god.
He came back and he was like,
oh, damn.
we're just like, yeah, sorry.
Yep. Titties happens.
Yeah, we've all jerked off already. It's fine.
The room's
Someone in here's pregnant.
The
Like,
room's just
They just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Hiding.
You see someone mourning all those dead semen, all the dead sperms. No!
it's murder.
Murder.
Murder. I'll fucking do it again.
I'm over in the corner. I'll do it again. I did it.
I did it. The demons told me to.
They're like, okay, yeah, but just stop it now.
Well, I can't. Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm over here pointing at Nick like it's his turn.
Jackass.
I just read.
After his death and subsequent rebirth, Simmons, now Spawn, arrives on Earth in a daze, off balance and disoriented, with only vague recollections of his past and how he came to be. He only knew his name, Al Simmons, and that he died, but nothing else. Occasionally experiencing painful flashbacks, he eventually remembers his deal with Malbolgia. Or Malbolgia, whatever. But can't remember.
Malbolgia, because
I
that
like
doesn't sound like...
I like male bulgia. Honestly.
All right.
How about male Bologna?
Male baloney. But can't remember his wife's name in order to return to her. Using CIA files, he tracks down his wife to find her married to his former best friend, Terry,
Son of a bitch, Terry.
with a daughter named Cyan, and realizes that 5 years have passed since his death.
By the way, for Cole and anybody else who hasn't seen it, like, thus far, the original movie Spawn is following the storyline, like, exactly. Like, this is exactly how it happens in the movie, where he comes back disoriented, uses CIA files to kind of track down more of who he is, goes home, sees his wife with his old best friend, you know, and he's getting flashbacks and everything this whole time. And so it follows that really, really closely up to this point.
Cool.
But anyway. It's your turn.
King. Oh, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Spawn soon runs into a fellow Hellspawn who informs him that his powers are fueled by necroplasm, and once they are fully depleted, he will return to Hell. Seriously?
Spawn come.
Hey. Not wanting to
Spawn.
return to Hell, Spawn attempts to find a new purpose in life while using as little power as possible. Spawn is thrust into several anti-hero adventures where he takes down street gangs and organized crime in New York City in a brutal fashion, battling against Italian mobsters and later eventually killing a serial murderer and pedophile, Billy Kincaid. Kincaid? I like Kincaid better.
Kincaid.
Because he's
He
kinky.
aids kink.
Because he's a pedophile, you know what I'm saying, dog? Spawn finds a new purpose in stopping that evil motherfucker.
I think that it would have been a lot better if it had just said battling against Italians.
All right. Yeah, because you were done. All right. In his early battles, Spawn faces street thugs and gangs, becoming a dark and brutal anti-hero. As a result, he gains the attention of the detective duo of Sam Burke and Twitch Williams. It is around this time that Spawn becomes King of Rat City, a gathering of alleys where bums and the homeless live.
What a terrible place to be a king of.
I know, right? That's not where I want to.
Where do you rule?
That's not where I want to.
Rat City.
Well, I'm king of the bums.
Rat City, bitch. Rat City, bitch.
Anywho,
Bunch of bums and homeless people in the city, bitch.
I rule over the bums. You know, that good old
Call
chestnut.
me the Bum King. I rule the bums.
There he meets the bum Cagliostro, who seems to know much more about Spawn than he first lets on, and becomes his mentor. Spawn is also hunted by the warrior angel Angela, who hunts Hellspawns for sport, and battles the cyborg mob enforcer Overt Kill. This confrontation almost kills Spawn, but he is able to emerge victorious. He is again hunted by Angela and fights the angelic warrior Anti-Spawn, aka the Redeemer.
And
The Redeemer.
the Redeemer is Jason Wynn.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I remember that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and they, like, this part, like, there's a lot less, like, when Spawn comes back in the movie, like, all he does is goes and finds the wife, or the wife with the friend, and then, like, at first he's, you know, all pissed about it.
Yeah.
And then, like, immediately after discovers that Jason Wynn is the architect of his murder and all that, and then just goes straight into that. So
Okay.
it kind of skips a lot of this, but it does have the part where Cagliostro, like, he's living in the alleys and the streets and everything,
Yeah.
and Cagliostro finds him and pretty much just goes, yeah, well, I was a Spawn too, so like,
Oh.
you just
big
they just jump right into
Yeah.
it. So
Okay.
Yeah, because he was a Spawn and his like power almost depleted, and I guess for some reason he can't collect necroplasm, so he
Yeah.
just like stayed a bum for the rest of his life.
Really?
and he had like a teeny bit of power left, but he just saved that because, like, you know, in his infinite wisdom, he knew another Spawn would emerge and he would be there to help him out, you know,
Yeah.
and so
Teach him the ropes.
You know,
that old chestnut.
If I was involved in the new Spawn movie, I would at least try to implement like a scene, just a cameo, like after a brutal murder or something like that. It's just a David Caruso cameo where he just puts on his glasses, his shades, and just goes, "Looks like this kill was spontaneous." And then,
Oh God.
that would be a good treat for me.
You know, it'd be nice if they had like a couple little like Easter eggs for, or, you know, just like callbacks to the original movie, like just randomly have, you know, some of the people from the original movie just in.
Just sprinkle actual
Yeah.
Easter eggs throughout the whole.
Yes,
There's one. I'm
literal
still waiting for
Easter-
someone to do that.
Just literal Easter eggs, and have like John Leguizamo go, "I found one, guys."
Pops it open. It's a little baby Spawn.
A little baby violator.
That would actually be like the best Easter egg because he would be the other Easter egg.
That's right.
Finding the Easter egg.
Exactly.
Easter eggception.
I'm still waiting for someone to just be
It's-
so fucked up
It's
and just
exceptional.
Okay.
Let's move on.
So,
after a confrontation with the Redeemer, Spawn's suit mutated and became more advanced. His new cape and chains were able to shapeshift into different things to confuse his opponents. The cape now looked slightly torn, and the costume had lost its red glow, having evolved to what is now black and white. Spawn's boots and gloves had also changed, having been replaced with spikes. Spawn used his new equipment to slash off the Redeemer's hand and defeat him. Spawn thought that the battle was over until he met someone more powerful than the Redeemer, known as the Freak, aka Lars Sullivan.
I want to make a Lars Sullivan meme and just have just take his face and paste it onto one of the South Park pictures of the I'm white trash and I'm in trouble. Because he got in trouble for all that racist shit.
Yep. No, somebody actually, because I was trying to research it because I wanted to see the actual things he said, but I guess they're gone.
Yeah, he deleted them all, but
people were like, the results were coming up from what I searched for, and one of them was like, do you really think it's a good idea to have Lars Sullivan beat up the Lucha Party?
That's funny.
That's why I'm glad Kalisto opened his ass up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Kalisto should have folded your ass.
So Spawn fought with the Freak, but was caught unaware by the Freak's ability to create nightmares, which he did to torture Spawn with his past. During the battle, a creature appearing to have the original appearance of Spawn fights other beings and creatures and knocks out Spawn. When Spawn awakens, the creature tells him that ever since the metamorphosis, the suit will feed off of souls. Spawn later finds himself in New York City. He would fight with the Curse, meet Harry Houdini, who taught him about magic, and also meet Batman.
Isn't that fucking badass? Spawn learns from Houdini.
Fucking Houdini.
Houdini! Here we go!
who did it?
Who went in there?
Who went in there?
Houdini there!
Who did that?
Who did that?
Number 3 is your house.
I just love when he's fucking rolling.
He drives the house away.
My house was a sweeping.
Oh my god.
As Spawn struggled to find a way to get rid of Hell's control and regain control, he noticed that the attacks were coming from both Heaven and Hell. Due to increasing attacks, Spawn began to lose himself to evil. However, thanks to the arrival of the Heap, an emissary of the Green World, he was able to regain his goal.
His goal or soul?
I'm imagining soul. Green World is a dimension whose power was equal to both Heaven and Hell's, which Spawn had never faced before. They gave new powers to Spawn so he could better understand the world and its people, which allowed him to overcome the worst from both Heaven and Hell. Though these powers were not really known, they seemed to give control of all the elements around the world. It was around this time that Spawn battled the powerful god Urizen. I don't know if that's right, but...
Yeah, me neither. I've never heard of it.
Urizen is how they pronounce it in Devil May Cry 5. I don't know how that works.
Sure.
We'll go with that.
That's the only knowledge we have. So.
Yeah. Spawn once stopped a cult from summoning... What was it? Urizen? Urizen. But this time he had been summoned by 2 gate opener demons named Ab and Zab.
Abba Zabba?
You my only friend! Yes! Nailed it.
God damn it. We're children. Anyway.
Urizen was caught...
masturbating?
Yeah. And his stepmom helped him out.
Jesus.
I've seen that video.
Yeah. Urizen was causing massive destruction to the world, and after losing a battle to him, Spawn came back and used his new abilities to make the Earth itself swallow Urizen and imprison him.
That's badass.
Right? That's fucking cool.
By the way, chomp.
Yeah.
It was explained that the Green World had no interest in the war of Heaven and Hell, but was getting frustrated with the destruction that it brought. This caused Earth pain, and that's weird. This caused Earth, quote unquote, pain,
Yeah, I don't like. What's the quotation for?
Like the Earth can't feel pain, so it's hypothetical.
Well, I mean, it sounds like in this it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it caused Earth pain, and later Spawn became aware of it.
What?
Spawn, yeah, the planet talks to me. Okay, Spawn. Okay.
What is he becoming, a toxic Avenger?
He's fucking Captain Planet all of a sudden.
Man, this Urizen isn't sitting very well.
I better go get some chorizo.
Chorizen.
Eggs and chorizo.
Spawn did not change his powers, though, but rather listened to the Earth until being attacked by Urizen. After recovering, Spawn learns that the Green World had imbued him with a gift, which he uses to contain Urizen by splitting the ground and imprisoning him inside the Earth. After his battle, Spawn learned that Male Baloney had caused Urizen's release in an attempt to start Armageddon and conquer the forces of heaven. Sorry for any Spawn fans out there. That's just a stupid fucking name.
Yeah. Julio. Julio's a big...
I mean,
Sorry, Julio, but...
Like, Malbolgia, especially if you watch the movie, in kind of like a British accent sort of thing, sounds pretty fucking cool, actually.
Malbolgia.
Malbolgia has a
Malbolgia.
first name, and it's M-A-L-E-B-O.
Like, especially... Especially with just the cadence and the voice that the guy has. He's just like Malbolgia.
Yeah.
Like, it's just really cool. But anyway.
Spawn and Angela then journeyed to Hell to stop him. During the battle, Angela managed to mortally wound Malbolgia, but gets killed by him in retaliation. Consumed with anger, Spawn takes Malbolgia's head.
Give me that.
Come here!
Upon killing Malbolgia, Spawn learns that Hell's throne is rightfully his, offered to him by the demon Mammon.
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 Let's get it going.
Mammary.
Memories. Though he refuses the offer, Spawn eventually deliberates with his teacher Cog and decides to turn Hell into a new paradise. You know, like you do. I don't see why you wouldn't. During this act, Cog reveals that he is, in reality, the biblical Cain, who was the first person to go to hell, having murdered his own brother in envy. Oh, so Cog was...
Yeah, Cog was
Okay.
Cain. Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's cool. His true goal had always been to take over Hell and use a Hell Spawn to do it. Having betrayed Spawn... Oh, excuse me. Having betrayed Spawn, Cog took the throne for himself, but gave his former student his human form back as a parting gift.
I had a... You know, in Mortal Kombat, when you're setting up the fights and they interact with each other.
Yeah.
I had one that I hadn't seen before. Because I was doing my Scorpion Tower in the Towers of Time, and I was fighting Cassie Cage, and she comes out and she's like, "Can I do it?" And he's like, "Only if you want to suffer." And then she points her guns at him, and she's like, "Get over here!" That was great. After returning, he meets a young Wiccan named Nyx. With her help, he regains his suit, though he remains weaker than before due to still having a human form. However...
Mammon. I'm just saying it like a white person.
That guy, Mammoth, tricks and betrays Nyx and usurps her control over Spawn's union with his suit, removing all of Spawn's past memories in the process. With no memory, Spawn wanders the earth, and during this time, it releases a group of angels who are called the Forgotten, and take no sides in the war between heaven and hell. He discovers that Mammon is a member of the Fallen who was sent to hell.
Who wasn't sent to hell?
My mama says.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very popular place.
My Mammon says.
My mammon says.
Mammon, mamon in Spanish means dick sucker.
Yes.
I'm going
right.
with that.
I guess it's Mammon.
Spawn made his animated debut in the HBO Todd McFarlane's Spawn, in which Spawn is voiced by Keith David. The series won 2 Emmys, one in 1998 and another in 1999, and 2 Golden Reel Awards in 98 and 99. A new animated series, unrelated to the first, is currently in the works.
I'm sorry, that was great. In the work.
Should have had a parentheses around
Yeah.
that.
In 1997, a film adaptation featured. In 1997, a film adaptation featured Michael Jai White as Spawn. As a result, White became the first African American to portray a major comic book superhero in a major motion picture.
Take that, Black Panther.
With the most white fucking name ever. What's his name?
Michael Jai White.
No, the other guy. The guy that plays Black Panther.
Oh, fuck, what is his name?
Wow, why am I blanking on it?
Damn it, what is his
I
name?
want to say...
Isn't it Charles?
No.
Wait, no, Michael B. Jordan is
Yeah,
in the movie, but
yeah.
he's not the Black Panther,
no,
right?
he's... What is his name?
Fucking hell, dude.
We gotta
To the
Google.
Is
Googles!
it Westbrook?
No.
Mammon?
Momo? Chadwick. Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
I was watching a mean tweet video, and he's like, "How does the blackest dude in the blackest movie have the whitest name?"
Yes, hello. I am Chadwick Boseman.
In early 2015, Todd McFarlane announced a new Spawn adaptation for the big screen. In February 2006, McFarlane confirmed that he had completed the script for the film with a larger than normal page count because he's putting in the details for myself.
2016.
Quote unquote. What did I say?
2006.
Oh. Yeah.
In
2016.
2016.
2006. Teen.
Let's do what Eddie's been doing.
Fucking do it again. In February 2016, McFarlane confirmed that he completed the script for the film with a larger than normal paint count.
I mean, that probably is accurate.
There's probably a lot of paint in that movie.
Completed the script for the film with a larger than normal page count because he's quote unquote putting the details in for myself, in conjunction with his hopes to direct. In July, I'm having a really fucking hard time. In July 2017,
Just sound it out, baby. Sound it out.
Steenburgen.
In July 2017, it was officially confirmed that McFarlane would direct the film, which is being produced under
It's
Jason.
produced.
Just when
You
I'm
were
getting
fucking his flow up, dude.
He had it. He had it.
He had it. The moment he fucking had it, you had to go and fuck it up.
You just had to do it, didn't you?
I did.
You really don't have any control over that, do you?
But producer was so funny. I love that.
Which is being produced under Jason Blum's production company, Blumhouse. In May 2018, it was reported that Jamie Foxx would portray the titular character. In July 2018, the working title is revealed to be Tony Dynamite.
What?
It's like the title.
Oh,
that
just
they,
to throw.
Yeah, like
Like a placeholder.
yeah.
Spawn also appears in Ready Player One. He is seen with Batgirl fighting the Sixers on Planet Doom during the film.
Oh yeah, dude, that movie was so dope.
It was.
You know, I love.
So
That's how like I had to.
you had to
figure that out.
elongate.
Yeah.
Yeah, the elongation just tells you how dope it was. But no, I loved the shit out of that movie, and people gave it crap. But I mean, even the book, it's not
It's
a
like
masterpiece of authorship as much as it is.
It's
just
not like a
beautiful-
literary.
Yeah, no, it's just a beautiful, like the whole thing is an Easter egg. Spawn has starred in several video games. Todd McFarlane's Spawn, the video game, 1995,
SNES.
for SNES.
SNES.
For SNES.
SNES.
SNES. Spawn, The Eternal, 1997, for PlayStation. Spawn, 1999, for Game Boy Color.
What a fucking rad title. I'd love to see how that looks.
What, just Spawn?
The Game Boy.
Oh.
The Game Boy game.
Yeah. Spawn, In the Demon's Hand, 1999 and 2000, for Dreamcast and Arcade. Spawn Armageddon 2003 for Xbox, PS2, and Nintendo GameCube. Spawn appeared as a special guest in the Xbox version of Soul Calibur 2 in 2003, and McFarlane also created the character Necrid, which appears across all versions of the game.
I didn't know that. That's fucking cool as hell.
Soul Calibur 2 HD Online, 2013, Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network.
can't really
That's
fuck up that word there. Like, the only thing you can do it on is the SNES.
The SNES, yeah.
Yeah. No. I will smash your face into a car windshield. Alright. At the time of the release of the live-action film, Spawn appeared in several commercials for Taco Bell.
Wait.
Hell yeah.
What?
Hell yeah.
Like, are they talking about the old one? Like
Yeah.
the original? Okay.
Mhm.
Huh. I'm gonna have to YouTube that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find these out.
Yeah.
In 1994, McFarlane Toys released the first line of Spawn toys ever produced. In later years, the series would include alternate time frames and different takes on the classic characters with toy line series.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Batman.
Hell yeah, Batman.
Hell
is
yeah,
fun.
Spawn guy.
Hell yeah, Spawn.
Hell yeah, male bulge.
Male bulge. So that concludes our episode on Spawn. Sorry for butchering names and offending Spawn fans. But we're the ones with the microphones. So
So you will listen to every damn word we have to say!
the wedding singer.
It's like what Michael
All right,
Scott would do
Goldmember.
after a fucking, like, after a reference, just be like, wedding singer.
Well, and that's what they did on Goldmember, too.
Mm.
Like, every time he made a reference, he'd like...
That Bad News Bears, Walter Matthau.
Yeah.
Thanks once again for listening. As always, you can follow us on social media.
On the Facebooks at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
I will
What?
slap you in the mouth.
On the Facebook.
It's like when my...
Just in case there are any grandparents listening.
Oh, so
On
like...
the Facebook.
So my part would be... You can get at us on the emails.
And send us a Twitter.
On Twitter and Instagram at Nerdcourt Podcast.
Or you can get us the emails at nerdcourtpodcast@gmail.com.
Send us some emails.
Give us some money!
And if you want to help in the battle against heaven, hell, or in between, subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/nerdcourtpodcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from shirts and stickers to content and bonus episodes. So for the Nerd Corporation, my name is Eddie Lyon.
I'm Cole Simper.
I'm Derek Reese.
And I'm Male Bolgia.
Oh shit.
I'm Nick Lewis.
I'm here because you keep fucking up my name.
He was here all along.
He was in our hearts.
Come here.